Kenyan politics is not new to the use and dump policy. Ever since independence, we have political formations and alignments that crumbled down because of dishonesty and lack of the political goodwill to honor promises and pre-election MOUs and packages. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga fell out with the first president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. If you come close to 2002, there was an MOU that was signed before elections between Raila Amolo Odinga and Kibaki. Kibaki later trashed it as a piece of paper. The former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, after saying kumira kumira, kumi yangu, kumi yako, when he promised William Ruto of his support, later said that William Ruto wanted to take the baton before the race was over, and he ditched William Samoei Ruto. I listened to Kanini Kega today after presenting what they say was a Jubilee opinion to the National Dialogue team, and I saw a lonely, rejected political Jubilee orphans left somewhere in a lonely political highland, and they are seeking to be heard. They are forcing audience because their time is over. You all know by now that politics is about interest. As long as someone's interest is taken care of, they will always remain friends and comrades and allies. Once the interests differ and they no longer find value in the other, they will always dump them, or they will always be dumped. And one person who is smiling all the way wherever he is the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta. Because it had been labeled by this current government that all our predicaments emerged from his presidency. And you all know how the former president has been persecuted, including their family, for no apparent reason. So Kanini Kega today went to Bomas, presented what they may call a memoranda, and this is what he said after that. That today morning, in the company of our party leader, Honorable Sabina Chege, Vice Chairman Honorable Kenan, we presented the Jubilee Memoranda to the Dialogue Committee in Bomas. We appreciate the political discourse that we have as a country, and we feel obliged to actively participate. We are committed to the rule of law and respect for political parties in a coalition before and after the elections. Look at that. I just want to repeat that we are committed to the rule of law and respect for political parties in a coalition before and after elections. We want to be recognized as an independent political party that is neither aligned to any coalition at the moment. Jubilee ni sisi na tuko imara. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been discussed by political experts and pundits. But I want us to look at the cry of Kanini Kega, because he comes out and he brags that they are the owners of the Jubilee and their leader is Sabina Chege. And then he says there that he appreciates the political discourse going on in the country. If you look at what he's saying, number one, he differs with Rigathi Gachagua, who has always trashed the talks that are going on in Bomas. On that, they are not reading from the same page. And then he says that they want to be recognized as an independent party. In other words, he's saying that they are neither in Azimio nor in Kenya Kwanza. And that is the $1 million question. The last time I checked, Kanini Kega was struggling to grab the Jubilee party so that they get to Kenya Kwanza. And they had even said that they want to work with William Samoei Ruto, they love the policies, and they are in Kenya Kwanza. What has really changed that Kanini Kega is now telling William Ruto that we are not in Kenya Kwanza. The reason I believe this is a message to William Samoei Ruto is one, they had given Raila Odinga their thought that they are not in Azimio. So that is not news. They had told Raila Odinga that they have nothing to do with him and they are in Kenya Kwanza. But today, for him to say that he's no longer in Kenya Kwanza and the Jubilee is not in Kenya Kwanza, this is a special message to William Samoei Ruto. Why exactly is Kanini Kega, Sabina Chege, and Adan Kainan? Because there were a handful of people when they called that press conference telling Ruto that they're no longer in Kenya Kwanza. I told you that the happiest man is the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta was labeled as the enemy of the people. And so it was very easy for Kanini Kega to gain political mileage when they wanted to take the Jubilee party, when the government was going after Uhuru's family, when the government was going after his children. And then Uhuru decided that I will not only leave the party for you, but I will leave the country. And so Uhuru Kenyatta has been a moving target. He's no longer within any vicinity. And now that leaves Kanini Kega and those who are taking political mileage by mudslinging Uhuru Kenyatta at a loss. They don't know what to do. The government of the day does not have any excuse. They don't have anyone to attack by night. They don't have anyone to attach their predicaments to, because Kenyans are telling them, Uhuru is no longer in the country, can you get back to work? They have been abandoned because what William Ruto wanted was to use them to try and annihilate Uhuru Kenyatta politically. So Uhuru said, okay, I'm an old man, I'm a grandfather. I don't want to get into these political shenanigans. I did my 10 term, 2 terms of 10 years. I handed over power. Now I live with you, with this country, manage it. You must have realized that Gachagua no longer talks of Uhuru Kenyatta. No one talks about him. Maandamano is over, so that the calls or the claims that Uhuru Kenyatta was financing the Maandamano, that call is gone. And so Kanini Kega and the team are left stranded. Number 2, they have just realized that there is a difference between a party and the followers. A party is only a party because of the owners of that party. You've seen this when William Ruto thought that when you pick Jalango, or you pick Kanini Kega, or you pick any rebel, then you will go with the people. They will go alone and the people are not with them. Do you think Kanini Kega, if you leave him with that party and you abandon that party and tell him that is the Jubilee, take it, do you think there are people in Central who were members of the Jubilee party who can follow Kanini Kega? Because I believe there are people who are in Jubilee courtesy of Uhuru Kenyatta. And so when you wrestle that power with him and he leaves you with that party, you are nothing. You have the certificate, just a paper. Raila Odinga, sometimes back, some years, decided to ditch for the Kenya and said, I'm forming another party. If you believe in me, let us go together. And all his party followers followed him. That is the reason why if you meet all the rebels, you still leave Raila with his people intact. So Kanini Kega has just realized that he has been abandoned. He has been given the party because the political party's tribunal gave him the party, declared Uhuru's meetings illegal. But Kanini Kega is now stranded. Yes, I have the party. How do I move forward? Can he call, for example, a rally in Uhuru Park and tell people that all the Jubilee supporters come Can he do that? He cannot do that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, he is crying out because he has been abandoned. Number 3, Rigathi Gachagua has always said that they campaigned for Kanini Kega to get the Iala seat, and that was it. He's a Johnny come late. There's nothing much he can get from the Jubilee, from the Kenya Kwanza. All he was given, according to Rigathi Gachagua, was that seat, and that is all. And they are telling William Samoei Ruto, and they are telling maybe Azimio, that we are an independent party. If you want to negotiate, come let us negotiate afresh. But who will listen to that? Do you think Raila Amolo Odinga can sit down with Kanini Kega that now Jubilee US we want to talk about post-election coalition so that we sign another treaty if you want to join Azimio? Raila cannot do that. Raila recognizes Uhuru Kenyatta. They are friends. Do you think William Samoei Ruto can sit down with the political kids, if I call him, Kanini Kega, and tell him that now we are negotiating Jubilee's independent. If you want to join the Kenya Kwanza Coalition, now let us agree. It cannot happen. So this is a duo that has been orphaned. They don't know what to do. People no longer talk about them. They're looking for press conferences, and it is bad for them, and I believe they regret wherever they are. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about the latest development?